Watch post-fight interviews and unaired prelims only on UFC.com.
In your mind, what was the key to your victory tonight? You said you kind of came in without a game plan, but what do you think was the key to the win?
One thing I wanted to do, I wanted to keep him guessing. Rampage probably the best in the game when it comes to timing people pulling back and catching him with the uppercut. But I wanted to keep him guessing and not knowing what I was going to do. And I picked up on a couple of things that he was doing, in anticipation for my shot. So I wanted to try to exploit that.
And was it difficult at all to maintain that discipline in that process? I mean, there were some boos coming in. The crowd didn't really wasn't feeling the game plan so much. Was it tough for you to keep that discipline?
No, it wasn't. One thing that you understand really quickly as a fighter that the fans really don't understand is that you're not punching with 8 or 10 ounce gloves on. You got 4 ounce gloves on, and underneath that's a cast. And it only takes one good shot for the fight to be over. So I wasn't trying to take no shots for no amount of boos.
You guys have said a lot of really harsh things to one another entering this fight. Now that it's over and you've had an opportunity to get some of that, testosterone and anger out, is it possible that you guys can now bury the hatchet and move beyond this and I don't know how to put it, but I guess shows, that mutual
Rahsad
respect.
can still kiss my ass. I just respect him. He did a good fight, but he still can kiss my ass. He said a whole lot of stuff. I ain't going to forget it, but, we both warriors, Like, I'm not a sore loser. I'm a fighter. I've been a fighter all my life. But, I still ain't going to forget the stuff he said. He still kissed my black ass.
Yeah, I feel the same way, man. He can kiss my ass, too.
Historically, you've been a relatively slow starter in some of your fights. Tonight you came out really fast and seemed to stagger Rampage with that right hand. How important was that for your confidence?
It was very important. One thing I wanted to do, I wanted to go in the fight and make him respect me. One thing that Quentin does is if you let him and he gets his rhythm down, he'll tee off on you with those big power shots. So I picked up on something, and I knew if I threw that straight right hand, I might catch him, and I want to jump on him right away to let him know that I do got a little bit of power too.
In your last 2 fights, you've really kind of brought back your wrestling, and I'm wondering if is that just something that you thought was useful against these 2 last guys, or after the Machida fight, did you kind of feel that you needed to bring that back a little more?
Yeah, I felt like I needed to bring it back after the Machida fight. One thing that happens sometimes when you find success in one area, and I found success standing up, I kind of forgot about the area where I was the strongest at, and me doing my wrestling and stuff like that now is just going to be just something I do from here on out, just because no matter how far I go with my stand-up, I always got to remember my bread and butter is my wrestling, and from there, everything else stems from that.
You guys have lived with the specter of this fight for the last 14 months. Just wondering now that it's over, if there's any sense of relief that it's finally over and you don't have to answer questions anymore about it.
Yeah, I'm happy that I don't got to talk about Rampage no more, man. I'm so happy. I talked about him all day, every single day, and it just, even no matter who I was fighting, I was still talking about Rampage. I got tired of it, man. He was haunting me in my dreams. I couldn't even get away from him in my sleep.
Yeah, there was this fight. I never had any pressure like this ever my whole fighting career. I focused really hard and I trained really hard on this fight, but me having this damn thing, I kind of almost regret doing the damn movie and stuff now. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so much pressure. Fox kind of threatened to sue me if I lost and everything because they didn't know I was fighting, and it was just a whole bunch of pressure and stuff like that. And I never fought under this much pressure before in my life. I normally perform well under pressure, and I still think I did good considering, everything. And I'm just so happy for everything to be over with. I got to leave tonight to go on tour for this damn movie and everything. I just regret I even did the movie almost, I'm a fighter, but I try to go into a whole new adventure, and I didn't even know anything about tours and stuff and movie, and had no idea I had to do this stuff. So it's like very stressful, and I'm just so happy this part is over. And when I finish the tour for this movie, I'll be happy with that. And I just go and kick with my kids and relax at the house.
Watch post-fight interviews and unaired prelims only on UFC.com.